The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and our future. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Zucker. Welcome to the program for this 8th day of August, 2025, or my 27th wedding anniversary. I get to go out to have a nice dinner later on tonight, but today, we have a coronation to take care of. The Brooklyn Dodgers have a magic number of 3 over the Milwaukee Braves, and the Braves are in town to what in real life should have been a very, very important series. Remember, in real life, the Braves, the Dodgers, and the Cincinnati Redlegs all finished within 5 games of each other. The Dodgers on top. They get the chance to repeat as world champions. In this replay, it has been all Brooklyn all the time. In fact, John Sebastian started singing Welcome Back to the National League pennant sometime around Memorial Day when the Dodgers just took control and have stomped. The lead is 13.5 games as we play the games, I believe, we'll get to that in a moment. So that's a setup for you. Lou Burnett for the Braves in a must-win game, and everything is a must-win. When your magic number is 3, the Dodgers need a combination of 3 wins or Milwaukee losses to win. So if the Dodgers behind Don Newcomb win this one today, they will have clinched a tie for the National League crown. Who they're going to play in the World Series is anybody's guess. But when you're clinching shortly after Labor Day, it is pretty much all over but the shouting. Braves, Dodgers, next! As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1956. Today, from Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, New York, it is the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Milwaukee Braves. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find Dave and Vinny today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. How you doing, Max? Go Dodgers. It'll be the 96-42 Dodgers against the 83-56 Milwaukee Braves. These two teams have the best records in all of baseball. Milwaukee would have a healthy lead in the American League, but they're a National League team, and it doesn't happen that way. Don Newcomb gets the call for Brooklyn. He's making his 31st of 36 starts. He's already won 21 games. He leads the National League in wins with 21, and his 2.53 ERA is second, and his 125 strikeouts are 7th. Nuke is only 30. He is a fastball pitcher at 84 and a fly ball plus pitcher. Against these Braves, he is 2-3 against them. That's a good news if you're Matt Lockwood and a Milwaukee Braves fan. The Braves have only hit 221 off him, and the ERA is 3.82. 35 1/3, 30 hits, 18 runs, 15 earned, 5 walks, and 24 strikeouts. The National League MVP in real life, it'll be Duke Snider, trust me, in this replay. And Cy Young Award winner, last pitched against the Giants 5 days ago. So these are the games of September 12th. In that complete game, he won 2-1, 113 pitches, 7 hits, the 1 run, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Overall for Nuke, 252 1/3 innings, 193 runs, 193 hits, 78 runs, 71 earned, 29 home runs. In fact, he's given up 10 in the last month. 33 walks and 125 strikeouts. The lineup that Milwaukee will put out there: Felix Mantilla leads off at short. Danny O'Connell will bat second and play second. Hank Aaron in right will go third. Eddie Matthews, who's exceeded his expectations of the year personally, cleans up at third base. Joe Adcock at first will bat fifth. Bobby Thompson in left will bat sixth. Bill Bruton in center goes seventh. Doug Crandall behind the plate bats eighth, and Lou Burnett on the mound will go ninth. And Newcomb can give you 135 pitches. Defensively for the Dodgers, Jackie Robinson a 7 at third, Pee Wee Reese an 8 and a 7 at short, Junior Gilliam a 9 and a 6 in second, Gil Hodges is a 10 at first. The outfield, Sandy Amoros a 6 and a 3 in left, Duke Snyder is an 8 and a 7 in center, and Carl Furillo, who has a 23-game hitting streak, is a 6 and a 10 in right. Roy Campanella, a 10 and a 10 behind the plate. Newcomb is an 8 on the mound with a .985 fielding percentage. And so with all that, Hilda, on this Wednesday, September 12th afternoon, has pretty much gotten the champagne on ice. The cowbell is ringing back and forth. 75 degrees here in Brooklyn. The wind blowing in from McKeever Street in right at 5. Mantilla at 176. He just came a part-time call up there. 6 for 34 with a triple and 4 runs scored. Newcomb starts the ball game. A line drive to Pee Wee, 1 out. So the magic number coming in is 3. A win gives the Dodgers a tie for the National League. Danny O'Connell at 238, 3 homers and 28 RBI. Nuke deals. O'Connell flies this one to right. Furillo, who is as hot as the midday sun, goes back and makes the catch. And there's 2 out for Hank Aaron. Hitting .315. Hammer and Hank, his 30 doubles, 12 triples, 20 homers, and 93 RBI. Nuke winds and fires. That's up the middle past Gilliam into center field. Pee Wee should have made that. The chat says 50-50 on the Braves. And that'll bring up Eddie Matthews. Eddie at 289, 37 home runs, and 112 RBI. Eddie only had 30 more at-bats. This is game 139 for the Dodgers. There's 14 left. For Milwaukee, this is game 140, right? Yep. So they also have 14 left after this. Pitch to Matthews. Eddie swings to Gilliam, who will make the leaping catch, and that will do. After half an inning, the Milwaukee got a hit and left on a runner, no score. So Lou Burdett gets the call for the Braves. He has 5 starts left. He has thrown a no-hitter. He threw that on Labor Day, and he also has a one-hitter. He's 30. He looks about 35 there. 14 and 11. And if you're wondering why Milwaukee is not in better contention in real life, his earned run average was 270. In the replay, it's been 410. Against these Dodgers, it's his 5th start. 29 in the 3rd innings, 28 hits, 19 runs, 18 earned. He's walked 6 and struck out 5. The Dodgers can hit. He is 1-3 against the Bums with a 2.46 batting average and a 5.52 ERA. By far the highest of anyone else in the National League. So we said, wow, the one-hitter and the no-hitter came back-to-back. He one-hit the Pirates on August 29th and no-hit the Redlegs on September 3rd. Excuse me. His last time out was the 8th. Excuse me. Against the Cubs, and although he didn't take the decision, Milwaukee lost 3-2. In 6 innings, he went 79 pitches, 3 hits, a run it was earned, a home run, and 4 strikeouts. So Burdett, 232 2/3, 207 hits, 116 runs, 106 of them earned, 33 home runs, 55 walks, thank you, Max, and 80 strikeouts. The Brooklyn lineup. Junior Gilliam leads off at second. Pee Wee Reese at short will bat second. Duke Snyder in center field goes third. Jackie Robinson cleans up at third. Sandy Amoros will bat fifth and play left. For the red-hot Carl Furillo, who is taking away Duke Snyder's Triple Crown run, is in right field. He'll bat sixth. Gil Hodges at first goes seventh. Roy Campanella behind the plate batting eighth. And Don Newcomb goes ninth. Burdette, 125 pitches. Defensively for Milwaukee in a moment. How you doing, Andrew? Yep, Pee Wee Reese. He's wonderful. And he's from Little League. And he came to your Little League several times and threw out the first pitch. That's awesome. Bobby Thompson is a 6 and a 3 in left for Milwaukee. Billy Bruton a 7 and a 6 in center. Hank Aaron a 9 and a 9 at short or at right. I got Pee Wee on the brain. Eddie Matthews a 10 at third. Mantilla a 4 and a 3 at short. Danny O'Connell a 7 and a 6 at second. And Joe Adcock a 6 at first. Del Crandall a 10 and an 8 behind the plate. Burdette an 8 on the mound with a .985 fielding percentage. Gilliam at .297, 4 homers and 44 RBI. Burdette starts his afternoon, a ground ball to O'Connell, and a throw to first, and Junior is retired, 1 out. For Pee Wee at .280, 8 homers and 57 RBI. How you doing, Steve? I am allergic to you, Steve. It's that Chipotle perfume that you wear. Or cologne, I'm sorry. It's that Chipotle cologne. Pitch to Pee Wee is a liner down to third. Matthews on a hard hop. Throws it to Adcock, and there's 2 quick out. For Burdette, 5 pitches, 2 outs for Duke Snider. Snider hits a fly ball to right because I hit that one wrong. Back goes Aaron to the wall, and Hammer and Hank will make the catch. So we'll get to Snyder's stats in a moment. His next time up. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the second. No score. For Joe Adcock. Goofy. Goofy Adcock. That's not the nickname that Elvis told me. But we'll go with it. Goofy hitting .290, 31 homers, and 89 RBI. Nuke starts the second. Line shot to Robinson, who will make the catch. 1 away. For Thompson at .249, 13 homers, and 60 RBI. Pee Wee, yeah, I've heard, I don't know if you told me that, Andrew, about Pee Wee's bowling alley, or if I had read that. Yogi Berra had one out in Montclair, New Jersey, and I think he ran it with Phil Rizzuto and Whitey Ford. Pitch to Thompson. Struck him out. First for Nuke. Brings up Billy Bruton at .294, 15 homers, and 76 RBI. Nuke deals, and Bruton draws the walk. So a 2-out walk. So in order for the Braves to win the National League, they would pretty much not only have to run the table, but the Dodgers would have to lose everything. As we said, there are 15 games left for the Dodgers. The Dodgers are not going 2-13 down the stretch. How you doing, Todd? Del Crandall at .234, 19 homers and 44 RBI. Crandall swings into left field. Amorose coming in. Reese going out. Sandy's there, makes the catch, and that will do. No runs, no hits, no errors. The walk doesn't hurt. Braves have left on 2. After an inning and a half, no score. When they had Pee Wee's funeral, Andrew says the local church, Rachel Robinson, came to it. I'm not surprised. Rachel has turned 103. It'll be Jackie Robinson, Sandy Amorose, and Carl Furillo to face Burdette here in the second. Jackie at .278, 13 homers and 43 RBI. Pitch to Robinson. Jackie swings. That's a base hit past Mantilla. Thompson will throw it back in, and that's the first hit for the Dodgers. Jackie has 12 steals. Won't be stealing this time. Sandy Amorose at .262, 12 homers, 11 triples, and 256 at-bats. That's speed. And 46 RBI. Todd asked George Hendrick to throw out the first pitch. He just used a pitching machine. Yeah, but you use generic brand Franks. There's nothing worse, Todd, than generic brand Franks. Ambrose draws the walk, so first and second. Hilda ringing that cowbell. I smell goats around here, too. Carl Furillo is hitting .337. He's on a 23-game hitting streak. He has hit 19 home runs and 79 RBI. I mean, Kroger might be good at a lot of different things, Todd. Don't buy their weenies. Pitch to Furillo. There is a ground ball to second. O'Connell is going to Mike for two. Mantilla for one. Adcock for two. How about that? 4-6-3, and there's two out. So O'Connell, the Washington native, makes a great play. Robinson on third for Hodges. Gill hitting .280. 25 homers. Parts his parts. And 98 RBI. You one of those people who buys generic chips and soda too? I had a relative who I will not mention their names, that they would host picnics and stuff, and every time you went over, it was store brand chips and store brand soda. You really couldn't have sprung the extra 30 cents for the 2-liter bottle of something we'd heard of? No. Pitch to Hodges. Gill swings. That's a base hit. Robinson's going to score. Thompson picks it up on a hop, and the Dodgers go up 1-0. Steve is left before I start sneezing again. Campanella at .232, 19 homers and 61 RBI. I mean, generic brand, Kroger brand root beer. Just imagine how tasty that is. Popped up, Crandall to the screen. Dell won't be able to get there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. The only 2 things of generics that I won't, or 3 things of generics that I won't do, are the aforementioned chips, soft drinks, and I won't do generic cereal either. Everything else is open for interpretation. Campy swings, and that's into foul territory left side. Matthews, lots of room here, will make the catch, and that will do. However, Dodgers get a run on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the third. Brooklyn 1, Milwaukee 0. Burdette, Mantilla, and O'Connell to face Nuke here in the third. Lou at .256 and 3 RBI. Or TP. Only 1 play. Yeah, we buy Scott. My wife insists on it. But you know what I'm saying, Todd, right? What about you guys out there? Hope someone wins the suit. You hit the score. Yes. They'll win the Lindsey Nelson model we were talking about yesterday, Andrew. Pitch to Burdette. That is up the middle. Pee-wee's got it. Talking about Andrew. Throws to first for the out. So also, if you hit that Van Heusen sign out there in right center, did you win a shirt or the bull of a watch? $1 or 2-liter. Big K at Kroger. What's your favorite flavor? Ginger ale may not be too bad. Mantilla 0 for 1. Nuke 35 for his opening 9, 2 1/3. A hit, a walk, and a strikeout. I can't do a 2-liter because it would go flat before I could drink it. So we do cans. Mantilla, it's a ground ball up the middle. Pee-wee again. Second verse, same as the first. 2 out. Cherry Cola. We pay for, what have I got back here? I've got, all of these are sugar-free sodas. I've got some Barks, some Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. I believe I've got some Canada Dry Ginger Ale. Is that it? Yeah, because I think we moved the Fanta Orange into the kitchen. How you doing, David? Greg, how are you doing? Oh, Lou Burnett was pitching. Now, Greg, you play OOTP, right? Todd says, I had what I thought was that rare occurrence in Action PC last night. Inside the park grand slam. In itself, that would be rare. May not be a rare play. Who hit it? Andy, how are you? We can't house it all. Yeah, we just don't drink enough soda to do the 2 liters. O'Connell 0 for 1. There is a ground ball to Gilliam. Jim over to first, and that will do. So the Braves go quietly in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2.5, Dodgers a pennant, Milwaukee nothing. Okay, Cesar Cedeno. That would, even with his speed, that's pretty rare. Oh, Greg had one playing the Negro Leagues. Here's Duke 209, 7 RBI. Burdette deals. That is into left center field. Bruton running over will make the catch, and there's 1 out. Opening 9 for Burdette. Yeah, Cedeno was a special player. Absolutely. Burnett, 26 pitches, 2 1/3, 2 hits, a walk. The run is earned. Jim Gilliam is 0 for 1. That is into right. Aaron is retreating. That is well hit, but Hank has it lined up, and Aaron will make the catch. 2 out for Pee Wee Reese, who's 0 for 1. How many inside in the Grand Slams do I think have been hit since 1900? Inside the park Grand Slams. In the last 125 years? I'll go 40. Yeah, free golf. 137, really? Yep. DK Sports has released the golf game for free. So if you're on the fence about it, comes with a lot of different courses too. Now is the time to try it. Oh, the guess is 137. I'm going to say 40. It's more than 40, right? Or 137. Pitch to Pee Wee. O'Connell over to Adcock. And Pee Wee's retired. And that will do. We played 3 full. No runs, no hits. More than 137. Really? So more than 1 per year on average. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 4th. 1-0 Dodgers. 250? I feel like we're playing The Price is Right here. Hank Aaron singled his first time up. Center field, Snyder, 1 out. For Eddie Matthews, who's 0 for 1. Yeah, Andy, I would say that majority would be before 1940. David guesses 225, according to the source. 209 through 2019. Okay, and I would admit, inside the park Grand Slams, I'd imagine that the majority of those would have been before 1940. I would agree with Andy. Matthews. Popped up behind the plate. Campy races, makes the catch, 2 out. For Joe Adcock, who's 0 for 1. Clemente had 1 in 56. Some of these parks were huge. Brooklyn's is not being one of them. And Clemente had jetpacks in his legs. Pitch to Joe. Here's a fly ball to left. Back goes Amoros, and Sandy will make the catch. 3.5 in the books. Careful where you move the mouse. After 3.5, Dodgers 1, Braves nothing. He could motor. Oh, absolutely. So, we played 3 days since we were with you yesterday, and the Dodgers' magic number is 3. And the win today, they pretty clinched a tie for the National League. The Yankees, where's Bart? Where's Bart? Have taken over first over the Tigers. The Red Sox a 1.5 games back, and Cleveland and Chicago 5 back. So this will be the last National League stream. Snyder is going to win the home run crown. He's going to win the RBI crown. But Ferrillo is going to take away his triple crown unless Carl, who has a 23-game hitting streak, is slumping. I don't know how Brooklyn doesn't win beat whoever wins the American League. So Snyder, second in average, third in doubles, leads in homers and RBIs. He is hitting .335, 52 home runs. His 34 doubles are third, and he's driven in 144. He has an OPS of 1152 and an OPS plus of 249. Someone will have to look that up. That has to be one of the best of all time. Need speed on first as well. I was surprised too, but I think Andy's right. I'm sure a lot of them were when you get 500 feet out to dead center and that ball is rolling. Jim Brown, unless the computer has them go cold again. If they win this, they'd have to lose every game the rest of the year. Last inside the park grand slam was Rafael Tapia of Toronto at Fenway. Okay, at 249. Snyder rips one down to first. Adcock has it for the out. Rafael Tapia owns a tapas restaurant, right? Jackie Robinson singled and scored the game's only run in the second. Babe Ruth, how you doing, Mr. Palmer? Yeah, OPS plus, though, 249 is what Snyder has right now. Pitch to Jackie. There is a ground ball to Burdette, first base side of the rubber, over to Adcock, and that will do. Oh, I was thinking more about what's happening in the series. Yeah, I mean, 1-0 is not over. Craig lives in Toronto and went, who? Sandy Amoros walked his first time up, 2 out, bottom of the fourth, 1-0 Dodgers. Burdette deals. And Sandy draws the walk. Anything can happen in a 7-game series for sure. Steve the other day was talking about, he was looking at Detroit stats and wondered how they were in the position they were in. The Yankees have no pen, and I really wouldn't trust any of their starters outside of Whitey Ford, although Sturdivant's pretty good. It is not a slam dunk, obviously. Any 7-game series isn't. But the way the Dodgers have steamrolled since about the 1st of May, and remember, their regulars are going to play every day because the National League was not done. Meanwhile, the Yankees won the American League with relative ease, and everyone will be resting players. Ferrillo is 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play. His first time up. Hard shot to Mantilla, and Felix will make the catch. We go to the 5th. No runs, no hits. The Dodgers have left on 2 after 4. 1-0 Brooklyn. So Thompson 0 for 1. Bruton and Crandall to face Nuke here in the 5th. The thing that may neuter Whitey Ford, if it is New York, is the fact that Don Newcomb will likely get 3 starts in the World Series as well. And Nuke has done incredible. Even if he reverts back to his real form, a 3.06 ERA, it's still pretty good. Nuke's whip in this replay is .889. Ramil Tapia. He played in 2022. Jim says the big question is, will the Dodgers lose 50? I doubt it. They would. I don't see this team losing 8 more games. It's possible. Thompson draws the walk. So nobody out. Bruton at the plate. Billy walked his first time up. Nuke has walked 2. He drops one down. Newcomb runs, throws to Gilliam. Sacrifice works. Bruton's out. Thompson on second. One out for Del Crandall, who was 0 for 1. Jamie! Not a hard rule, but doing replays often, teams that had strong second half in real life tend to overperform in the standings. I'm trying to think. I'd have to look to see what Seattle did when we did 2001 2 years ago. If they got close. This Brooklyn team, at least right now, is the best team in the 7 years that we've done. You can get teams that can catch fire in the playoffs. Just ask the Cardinals when we did 85. And teams underperform at the wrong time. The Yankees in 78. But, man. And remember, Milwaukee would have a 3-game lead in the American League. Tommy Leach and the Pirates has the all-time inside-the-park Grand Slams record with 4. Stuff like this is golden and can't be found in a Fortnite stream. Nope. Let's go Braves. Remember the Giants when the... Yep. Pitch to Crandall. There's a ground ball to Pee Wee. Makes another fantastic throw over to Hodges for the out. Thompson moves to third. 2 out on the second great play of the day for Pee Wee Reese. And now I'll bring up Burdett, who's 0 for 1. Nuke deals. Struck him out. Halfway home on a gorgeous day in Burlington. Sidewalk sales, by the way, on Church Street. Dodgers 1, Braves nothing. Here's how we got here. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Brooklyn. They win this. They clinch a virtual tie for the National League pennant. And the Braves only have 1 hit. The lone run, Gil Hodges, an RBI single to score Jackie Robinson in the second. Lou Burdett, a 2-hitter through 4. He has walked 2. And Newcomb, a 1-hitter through 5. He has walked 2 and struck out 2. Let's see. AP finished 73-74 playoffs using deck of cards hockey. The 78 Red Sox didn't do all that well for me, Greg. The only walk-off inside the park Grand Slam was that Clemente one in 56. That's great. Bruins beat the Flyers. Mr. Gardner would like that. Hodges has an RBI. He got it in the second. I won't spoil it for Mr. David, but the 78 Red Sox for me never really contended. Hodges laces this one foul, third base side, and Hilda opening up the champagne hiccups and makes the catch. 0-2. Does Action PC have any Negro Leagues? Yes, they do. Quite a few seasons. I still have nightmares about the 78 Sox, too. Hodges swings. That's into center field. Bruton will make the catch for the out. Campanella 0 for 1. I think they have about 15-20 seasons, if I think about it, Andrew. Pitch to Campy. Struck him out. 2 out. For Nuke, 2-2. Got him looking for strike 3. Newcomb is 0 for 1. So, yeah, you can have teams that get hot at the right time, like I said in replay, such as the 85 Cardinals. And that if it is the Yankees that win the American League, and there's no reason why it shouldn't be, Whitey Ford is going to have one of those type of runs. Steve likes deck of cards hockey. Oh, you played an entire season? You programmed it into Excel. Yep, Bruton dropped one, and that was the only run the Braves gave up. Oh, in your game. Newcomb draws the walk. Confused me there. I don't remember Bruton dropping one. OOTP, not Action PC. Opening 18 for Burdett, 68 pitches, 4 2/3, 2 hits, 3 walks, and a strikeout. And Gilliam is 0 for 2. In Todd B's replay, 78 Sox have lost 12 of their last 16. 77 Yanks have closed to 4 games. Late August, here we go. And for whatever reason, Don Zimmer got upset with Bill Lee and didn't use him in the rotation after mid-August. Although Mike Torres was Zimmer's go-to guy. Eckersley won 20. Tiant probably is their best pitcher. Pitch to Gilliam is a ground ball to Mantilla. This might be 2. Nope, Newcomb is going to go to second. The throw to first. Gilliam's out. And you don't need 2 because there was already 2 out, Ryan. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 6th. Brooklyn 1, Milwaukee nothing. You guys asked for a pitcher's duel. Here you go. Opening 18 for Nuke. 64 pitches, 5 innings, a hit, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. And Tia 0 for 2. How you doing, Aaron? Yeah, Lee wasn't as bad as Zimmer made him out to be. Stanley had 3 starts, but he could eat innings. He had 153 innings in 78. There is a line shot to Reese, 1 out. And because we're doing 86 and 26, we'll be singing Bob Stanley song an awful lot. Danny O'Connell is 0 for 2. Nuke delivers. There's a ground ball to Hodges. Gill underhands it to Nuke, and Danny is retired. 2 out for Hank Aaron, 1 for 2. Aaron has the lone hit for Milwaukee, a single. XL macros are pretty good for sure. Fly ball, right field. Furillo goes back. Carl will make the catch, and we're through 5.5. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom 6 here at Ebbets Field. Dodgers 1, Braves nothing. Now, that would be something. I don't think we've ever had a player watch our stuff before. Kurt Schilling is a member of a Digital Dice Facebook group, and Dave Little, Sports Simpson replay. AP has never created a macro for Excel. Pee-wee Reese is 0 for 2. Reese, Snyder, and Robinson here in the 6th. Robinson and Hodges have the lone 2 hits for Brooklyn. You can't do much better than Lou Burdett is doing, but he's on the wrong end of a 1-0 score. Pitch to Pee-wee is a base hit past Mantilla into left field. Thompson will cut it off, and Pee-wee has himself a single. For Duke Snyder, 0 for 2 in this one. Dodgers have not officially started to sell World Series tickets with the magic number of 3, but if they win this one, the gates will open and you can get your World Series tickets. They will have home field. National League did in 56. So 1, 2, 4, and 7, or 1, 2, 6, and 7, because Ron knows his math, will be in Brooklyn, unless the borough gets swallowed in the next 2 days. Snyder in the right field. Aaron going to make Duke 0 for 3, isn't he? Yes, he is. Reese back to first. Greg says we had a Blue Jays player coming in and out. I watch you play softball because he lived in that neighborhood. That's cool. That's different because that's a real sport. Jackie Robinson 1 for 2 today. He has singled and scored. Rips this one to short. Mantilla has it over to O'Connell for 1. Adcock for 2, and it is a 6-4-3 double play. After 6, Brooklyn 1, Milwaukee nothing. Both teams have left on 3. Matthews, Adcock, and Thompson to face Nuke here in the 7th. Dodgers win the 56 and get a new stadium. Robert Moses wasn't building a new stadium. Have you ever seen the plans for what they wanted to do? Pitch to Matthews. Eddie swings, left field, goes the opposite way. Back goes Amorose. Sandy to the track. Makes the catch. 1 out. For Adcock, who is 0 for 2. Got away from Campy on the 3rd strike to throw down to Hodges, 2 out. For Thompson, we are motoring right through this. Thompson 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. Newcomb deals. There's a fly ball to right for Rillo. Is he going to get there? He should. He will. Stretch time, 1-0 Dodgers. It would have been, AP's right, the first dome stadium, and it's out, would have been about where they built the Barclays Center for the Nets. 50,000 seats, 385 all the way around, by the way, with a shopping mall in it. I'm not sure how they would have done the roof. There was certainly no such thing as AstroTurf in the late 50s. I don't think that you could have done any day games with a translucent dome. I mean, that was the problem they ran into in Houston when the Astros moved inside. Amorose has walked twice. Put the mouse in the right spot. There you go. That's up the middle. Bruton got there. Nice catch. A line drive that Bruton had played perfectly. 1 out for Ferrillo trying to get the hitting streak to 24. It would have been cool. I'm not sure how you would have done it. And yes, Campy doesn't get in the accident if the Dodgers stay in Brooklyn. Moses said, O'Malley has always been considered the villain. And I don't agree with it. I think it's Robert Moses. They had the spot out in Flushing Meadow where the 39 World's Fair was. That was offered. The Dodgers said, well, if you're going to play us in Queens, then we aren't the Brooklyn Dodgers anymore. I'm not sure that offer was ever made for the Giants because they were going to head out to Minneapolis. Pitch to Ferrillo is a line shot to Mantilla. Felix is there, 2 out for Gil Hodges, 1 for 2. He drove in Robinson in the 2nd. Was absolute. It would have been. I think Steve, you have been right. I think it would have had to have been all dirt, like a softball field. It was Moses' fault. Big Clue doesn't come around here no more. I need to sing more Tom Petty. Don't come around here no more. And there was, on the Baseball Fever board, which he helps run, a vintage Brooklyn Dodgers board, and 60 years later they were still upset with O'Malley. They've now been in L.A. longer than they were the Brooklyn Dodgers. Pitch to Hodges. Fly ball, left field. Back goes Thompson. And Bobby will make the catch on the track. Through 7, no runs, no hits, no errors. Dodgers 1, Braves nothing. So Bruton, Crandall, and Burdette. I hope my wife comes home soon. I got to pee. Brooklyn wasn't the same after they left. And if you go look at the attendance figures, 46 was the high water mark for the 3 New York teams. And by the mid-50s, the Dodgers and the Giants were struggling at the gate. Bruton walked and bunted. He hasn't had an at-bat. Now he will. Popped up right side. Hodges. A rainmaker on this beautiful afternoon. Gill will make the catch. A great play. The Dodgers want this so bad. 1 out. How you doing, Mike in the truck? So the Dodgers 5 outs away from a virtual tie. Dale Crandall 0 for 2. Brooklyn, this is the last time that these two teams will meet. And if you're wondering why, it's over. The Dodgers beat the Braves 15 out of 22 times. 21 times, rather. Including 9-1 here in Brooklyn. It was 6-5, Brooklyn and Milwaukee. Robinson played in the 46 Junior World Series against Louisville. First 3 games at Parkway Field, where center field was 5-12, ergo, inside the park grand slams. Yeah, you know, the Nets need a championship, but yeah, it was by a rail yard. It wasn't like they were tearing down a heck of a lot to get it. Crandall 0 for 2. 1 out, 8th inning. Fly ball left field. Amoros waits. Will make the catch. 2 out. Burdette, he's on the wrong end of a 1-0 game. Newcomb's throwing a 1-hitter. Burdette a 3-hitter. Lou 0 for 2 with a K. And Chuck Tanner will pinch hit. So Burdette's virtual season is done. I mean, he'll pitch again, but whether it's... We'll quick sim Thursday's games, too. Tanner, as a pinch hitter, 154 with an RBI. Overall, 148 with 2 RBI. Popped up. Pee Wee, foul territory, third base side. And the Dodgers are 3 outs away. So it'll be Red Murph. No dirty jokes. M-U-R-F-F. Red is 35. Fastball pitcher at 86. An extreme ground ball pitcher. 1-0. He's made his start. A 1.50 ERA. His 9th appearance. Steve says, I used to go see the New Jersey Nets when he lived out there. They came out of the strike at $5 community outreach tickets. I used to go about every game. Is that during the Joe Barely Cares era of New Jersey Net basketball? He last pitched on the 9th of September, his first time in a couple months, in a 12-1 loss to the Cubs. 2 innings, 42 pitches. 3 hits, an unearned run, and 2 strikeouts. Red, 18 innings, 12 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He's walked 6 and struck out 19. Red pitched well at times, Greg says, for the 57 Braves. Kind of melancholy as Campanella steps in 0 for 2, knowing, with a strikeout, knowing that the Dodgers in real life would never be this close again in Brooklyn. I hadn't thought of that, AP. The Dodgers should have moved to San Francisco where they have trolleys. This way the nickname would have Trolley Dodgers. I had never thought of that. Pitch to Campy. Base hit left field. Maybe. Nope, Thompson got it. That was a laser shot. I thought it was a hit. Matt's going to yell at me later. 1 out. For Nuke, who's going to bat, he's only got 97 pitches through 8 innings. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. About 1990, wow, Stephon Marbury. Okay. Pitch to Nuke. There is a ground ball to O'Connell over to Adcock. 2 out. I remember that now. $5 tickets, that's pretty good. And they were still playing out at, well, it was Brendan Byrne when it opened, but Continental. Jim Gilliam is 0 for 3. Popped up right side. O'Connell will make the catch. And we'll go to the 9th. Don Newcomb throwing a 1-hitter. It'll be the top of the lineup here. Mantilla, O'Connell, and Aaron. Nuke, 27 batters, 8 innings, 97 pitches, a hit. He's walked 2 and struck out 3. Mantilla is 0 for 3. Stays in the game. Line shot to Pee Wee. 1 out. Braves 1 to tie. and 2 really to extend the season. There are 18 days left in our season. We're only doing 2 streams next week, and one of them will be at a strange time. So it's noon on Wednesday. It's supposed to get hot. It's supposed to be 95 here on Monday. So Wednesday and an early start on Thursday. O'Connell is 0 for 3. There are many nicknames that do not make sense for anything with socks. Is just kind of weird. O'Connell down to Hodges, 1 out to go. So Aaron 1 for 3, last chance saloon, and the only hit of the game. We've never had a no-hitter on this channel. This is close. Well, think about it this way, Greg. They do if you remember where they came from. Minneapolis and Lakers makes a hell of a lot of sense. And so does the New Orleans Jazz. Andrew used to go watch the Nets against... Oh, no, it doesn't in L.A., no. But they're so iconic that you wouldn't change it now. Keith Van Horn, yep. Here we go. Pitch to Aaron. Fly ball, left field. It will be Amoros. And Sandy will cradle the ball. The Dodgers have clinched a tie to win the National League. They have won 97 games. I love it, AP. I absolutely love the new one. So 1 hour and 45 minutes. Dodgers a run on 3 hits, no errors. They left on 3. Newcomb, 22-7 is your MVP. Milwaukee 0-1 with no runs, a hit, and no errors. They left on 2, I think. Burnett, 14-12. Oh, a heartbreaker. 7 innings, 3 hits, a run it was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 1. Nuke, 9 innings, a 1-hitter. He walked 2 and struck out 3. Yeah, the Grizzlies before Vancouver, too. Yep, super quick fake minutes. It's prom night all over again. So, let's do the rest. Let's take a look here. We're going to flip forward. Milwaukee and Philly have a doubleheader. So does Brooklyn clinch this? Are they back in? Yep, that'll do it. Philly beats Milwaukee 13-9, and the Dodgers are National League champions. In the American, wow! Washington beats Detroit 6-3 and 10. Byerly 1-2. Walt Masterson 3-3. Pete Reynolds 2 for 3. Cincinnati beats the Giants 5-4. Joe Nuxall 12-7. Antonelli 15-12. Sarney 1 for 2. Hits his 7th and drives in 2. Cubs beat the Pirates 4-2. Sam Jones 9-10. Vern Law 6-15. Ernie Banks hits 2. 3 for 4 with 3 RBI. Red Sox have won 10 straight. They beat Chicago 7-6. Sullivan 21-5. Harshman 13-9. In there, early win beats Baltimore 2-1. Early a 19-game winner. Hal Brown falls to 6-8. Vic Wertz hits his 32nd. 1 for 4. And here's what I'm about the Yankees. Kansas City beats them 5-3. In Kansas City. Burnett 4-7, Sturdivant 7-7, and Cremian picks up his 3rd save. Because we're short, we'll do the rest of Thursday's games on a quick play. Detroit loses again. Are you kidding me? Washington beats them 4-2. Stobbs 12-12, Foytak 14-11, Seavers 2 for 3 with a double. Baltimore beats Cleveland 11-2. Johnson 10-7, Aguirre 2-3. Gardner, Dave hit a homer, went 2 for 4, drove in 2. White Sox stopped the Red Sox winning streak at 10. They win 6-1. Billy Pierce 15-11. Tom Brewer 14-11. Tigers, by the way, in that loss to Washington, walked 12. Lawler 2 for 4 with a double. Giants beat the Cardinals 5-2. Worthington 9-5. Vinegar Bend falls to 9-15. Mueller 2 for 4, hits his fifth and drives in 3. Pirates beat the Redlegs 4-3. Klein 10-18. Jeffcoat 6-8. The Yankees lose again. Whitey Ford got beat by Tom Gorman 2-1. Bobby Shantz picks up the save. Milwaukee, now that their season is over, beats Philadelphia 10-2. Spahn 19-5. Robin Roberts on the year. Kazansky 2 for 4, 2 solo homers. So as we go into next Wednesday, we have the Yankees and the Tigers, and we're not changing that one. So that is the Wednesday game. The Thursday early game will be Boston-Cleveland, and you get to see Bob Feller. So as we leave you for the week, and again, I mean, if it cools off Monday, if it doesn't hit 95, we might pop on. But you see the X by Brooklyn. The Dodgers have won the National League, and they've won it by a healthy margin. Yankees a half game up over Boston, a half game up over Detroit. Chicago and Cleveland are 4 back. 5 teams, 4 games. The sprint begins now. Thank you so much for watching for that one. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get how the Tigers could be there. Thank you. We're going to have a nice dinner tonight. And we will talk to you probably Wednesday next time live. Maybe over the weekend with something else. But unless it doesn't get super hot. All right. The Brooklyn Dodgers, champions of the National League. Who will they play in the World Series? We'll find out over the next couple of weeks. Take care, everybody. So long.